The First Amendment of the United States Constitution. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion, or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech, or of the press, or of the right of the people peaceably to assemble, and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. The First Amendment to the U.S. Constitution guarantees 5 basic rights that shall be unabridged by Congress. Among these is the right to petition the government for a redress of grievances. The right to petition was tested by a resolution passed on the 26th of May, 1836, by the U.S. House of Representatives. This resolution was known as the Gag Rule. The purpose of the Gag Rule was to forbid the House from considering any anti-slavery petitions. It read, "Resolved, that all petitions, memorials, and papers touching the abolition of slavery, or the buying, selling, or transferring of slaves, in any state, district, or territory of the United States, be laid upon the table without being debated, printed, read, or refined, and that no further action whatever shall be had thereon." The Gag Rule resolution had many supporters in the South, notably Senator John C. Calhoun of South Carolina, whom, in March of 1836, had delivered a speech warning Congress against interfering with the South's system of slavery. "The relation which now exists between the two races," he said, "has existed for 2 centuries. It has grown with our growth and strengthened with our strength. It has entered into and modified all our institutions, civil and political. We will not, cannot permit it to be destroyed." On the opposing side of the issue, John Quincy Adams, representative from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts and former United States President, quickly became the Gag Rule's most vocal and ardent opponent. During the roll call vote, when it came time for Adams to declare his position, he shouted out loudly, "I hold the resolution to be a direct violation of the Constitution of the United States." The American Anti-Slavery Society had begun an anti-slavery petition drive 2 years prior in 1834. Rather than limiting this movement, the Gag Rule only served to strengthen its resolve. In fact, in a matter of 2 years following the institution of the rule, Congress was flooded with over 130,000 petitions calling for the abolition of slavery in Washington, D.C. As the abolitionist movement became more widespread, the defense of slavery by Southern congressmen also increased. During the next 4 Congresses, John Quincy Adams fervently fought against the Gag Rule, declaring it a restriction on free speech. Despite his efforts, the House successfully reintroduced the Gag Rule each Congress. Adams attempted a variety of parliamentary tactics in order to read anti-slavery petitions on the House floor, but the rule consistently denied him the right to do so. Abolitionist sentiment continued to grow in the North, and more Northern congressmen came to support Adams' position that, no matter one's views regarding slavery, the rule was unconstitutional because it abridged the First Amendment right to petition the government. On December 3, 1844, the House voted to rescind the Gag Rule on a motion made by Adams. His persistent vocal stand against the rule and his strong oratory skills earned Adams the nickname Old Man Eloquent. Perhaps Ohio Representative Joshua R. Giddings best described Old Man Eloquent when he recorded in his diary that, "Mr. Adams belongs to no local district, to no political party, but to the nation and to the people." Many other Northerners shared Adams' disapproval of the House's neglect of the First Amendment right to petition. One such example is a strongly worded petition from the women of Brookline, Massachusetts, which read, "Your memorialists consider this resolution a violation of the Constitution of the United States, of the right of the people of the United States to petition, and of the right of their representatives to freedom of speech as members of your honorable body." They further regard it as an assumption of authority, at once dangerous and destructive to the fundamental principles of Republican government, to the rights of minorities, to the sovereignty of the people, and to the union of these United States. They therefore present this, their solemn and earnest remonstrance against said resolution, and respectfully ask your honorable body to immediately rescind it. The women of Brookline were essentially petitioning for the right to petition. In April of 1844, Julius Pratt and Company of Meriden, Connecticut, presented Mr. Adams with an ivory cane as a gift for his efforts in ending the gag rule. In his diary, the congressman and former president wrote, "There is in the top of the cane a golden eagle inlaid, bearing a scroll with the motto, 'Right of Petition Triumphant,' engraved upon it. The donors requested of me that, when the gag rule should be rescinded, I would cause the date to be added to the motto." After December 3rd, 1844, when the gag rule was officially repealed, Adams fulfilled the wishes of his benefactors and had the date engraved on the top of the cane. He willed the cane to the American people, and it now resides in the Smithsonian Institution. Like Old Man Eloquent himself, the ivory cane now belongs to the nation and to the people.